Awards winning speaker. Please feel free to ask questions through chat window, and we will try our best to put those questions to Sunita Didi for her to provide expert answers. Before I invite her, I would like to present a brief about MMNA and its objectives. MMNA was founded in 1983 to preserve the rich culture and heritage of Maheshwaris. As a community continue to grow in America, the objectives of MMNA are a few. The main objective being to bring together all the Maheshwaris living in North America to share, to discuss, and to understand the values of Maheshwaris' way of life, and to concern itself with the social welfare of the members of the Maheshwari community. The other objectives are to pass our heritage to our children in order to help them preserve their identity and the values we believe in. We would like to involve youth in our community activities in order to carry on the mission of the Maheshwari ideologies, faith, and culture, and to extend financial and moral support to the underprivileged and needy students and families. I would like you all to visit our main website, which is www.mmna.org. In Canada, we have a small executive committee to look after the affairs in Canada. Let me introduce our Vice President is Deepak Rathi, here present. Yes. Then we have, I don't know, Secretary is missing, I guess. Rahul is missing, but he's the one who brings us all together. Then our Treasurer is Santosh. He is charging himself and charging his car right now. So, and I'm, of course, the President of the organization in Canada. We have from Canada senior representatives for the whole organization, represented by Mr. Rajesh Rathi as the NEC representative. And I do not see Mr. Birla, who is also the representative for Board of Trustees. And now something about the speaker. Many of us, including me, might be hearing her for the first time. And so a brief introduction becomes necessary. I will leave that to Mr. Rathi to show a video to all of us, which explains and introduces us to Sunita Didi.
Thanks, Chandra-ji. So before we start the video, so Raj Yogini, Dr. Brahma Kumari Sunita Didi, has a very powerful, clear personal vision to bring science, psychology, management, and spirituality together. She has written a book, directed a film, and has facilitated with numerous local and international awards. One more thing to add to her profile, she is also from our Maheshwari community. We also cordially welcome Raj Yogi, VK brother Eric, National Coordinator, Brahma Kumari's Canada, and his team. Thanks for doing the publicity of today's event, Eric. We'll love to listen from you about your activities at the end after the question and answer session. So to all participants, you can send your questions, and at the end of our lecture, we will tell her to answer all these questions. You can put this question on the chat video or through the YouTube. You can send us your questions. So now we'll run an introductory video of Raj Yogini, Brahma Kumari, Dr. Sunita Didi, and then over her for session. I would request all the participants, please ask questions through the YouTube or chat windows.
Since the last 4 decades, a Raj Yogini of high thinking, pleasant majesty and living example of values of simplicity, truthfulness, love and humility, embedded with divine knowledge of Lord Shiva through Brahma Baba. She is none other than the international management consultant Rajyogini Dr. Brahma Kumari Sunita Didi, currently based at international headquarters of Brahma Kumaris at Shantivan, Abu Road, Rajasthan, and is one of the senior Rajyog teachers, life member of the Brahma Kumaris Media Wing, and winner of Best Concept Academy Award as director of highly popular documentary film Naritva Darshan, with its mind-boggling tagline नारी को नहीं नारित्व को देखिए एक वैचारिक क्रांति. She is also an icon of inspiration and emulation for the masses through social media, including YouTube. Born in Mumbai in 1969, with an inborn quality of selfless service, today, with blessings of her family and seniors of Brahma Kumaris, she has gained immense eminence as a spiritual mentor in the hearts of many throughout the world. She has not only written the best inspirational book for youngsters, Key to Unlock Exam Stress, but is also a national and international speaker at NGOs, corporates and institutions on the standard of life taught by Brahma Kumaris, and is the winner of countless national and international recognitions and awards, including the Lifetime Achiever Yog Ratna Award, Amazing Speaker Award, Spiritual Entrepreneur Award, Exceptional Woman of Excellence Award, Femina Superwoman Award, Ambassador for Peace Award, and many more. With an MSc and MBA from USA, and finally a PhD with thesis on spirituality for self-empowering leaders, a comparative study of leaders in India and in USA, she has a powerful, clear personal vision to bring science, psychology, management and spirituality together in the service of developing world sovereigns through self-sovereignty. Her high, energetic, positive vibes brings out the feeling Shubh hi Shubh hai, Shubh hi Sundar hai, Shubh hi Shiv hai. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our fabulous spiritual motivational speaker par excellence, Rajyogini, Dr. Brahma Kumari Sunita Didi.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, Om Shanti, and I take this golden opportunity to express my deep gratitude to Maheshwari Mahasabha North America Canada chapter, Rajesh Rathi ji, President Maheshwari ji, and each one of you, the esteemed member. Thank you so much for this golden opportunity. Well, the topic that you have given me today is enhancing joy in our family, because Corona has brought all us together, being at home, being with our family. And this is what we were waiting for, weren't we? We were so busy in our hectic life, in our busy work life, that we didn't have time to give to our family. We were always complaining that we are not able to give good quality time to family, that we are not able to maintain balance of work and family. And now, this is the golden opportunity which Corona has given to us to be with our family. And when we are with our family for a very long time, we are together with our family, then along with all the specialities, we also see the differences. And when we see the differences, then there are all types of other things also coming up. And somewhere or the other, we lose our joy of life also, isn't it? So it's very important that we need to enhance the joy in our family. So enhancing the joy, enjoyment in the family. And this enjoyment is something which we require every time. It's like daily, if you are asked to eat, that you need to eat that, dal and chapati and rice and one vegetable, and it's morning time, afternoon time, evening time, and it's daily for every day, or you'll say it's so boring. We should have something else, some variety for the joy of the food. And it could be pizza, it could be something else, some new dessert. And Maheshwari's, Marwari's, it's like dal bati churma sometimes, So we need some variety, isn't it, for the enjoyment. So once what happened was, during the lockdown period, everybody being at home, all the family members, even all the brothers are at home. So during that time, one of the brother, he told one of the gentlemen, he told in his family members, he told everybody that, okay, give me an opportunity today to cook. And let me cook a very tasty dal of that dal bati, So his wife said, we'll give the naming ceremony afterwards, you first cook it. So this is something now, when we're listening it, we are enjoying it, isn't it? But at that time, it depends upon the mood of that gentleman. If he takes it very personally, he may feel hurt about it. And if he is, enjoying that type of statement, accepting it not as a criticism, but taking it very lightly, then he would also enjoy it. So enjoying is one of the attitude which we need to practice. Sometimes if you are wearing the same type of dress, someone like us, we wear white and white and white daily, 24/7. And so there are others who keep telling us that, don't you feel bored wearing the same white? There's so much colorful and, there are so many colors. Why don't you go for that? So, and when you go out for a party or something, you again you opt for something good dress, party dress. Well, inside you may be stressed, but outside, very well dressed. And you want to go out. So the way you look, how you look, you focus upon that when you go out. When you are at home, it's just fine, however you are. But when you're going out, again, you need to apply everything, the makeup and all that. So applying that makeup changes the looks. But knowledge, if we apply the knowledge, it really changes our life. And that knowledge of how to enjoy every moment is something which is very, very important. And that also in a family, because whatever you may earn, how much ever you may earn the money, how much ever you may possess all the comforts of life, but the true smile that comes on your face is because of our family. It is the family which wipes off the tears from our eyes. It is the family which gives us the feeling that we will love and we will remain loved for the rest of our life. So it's the family which actually touches our heart. And therefore, in a family, when we are together and when we trust each other, when we have respect for each other, when we love each other, we feel so secured, so safe. And therefore that Corona is telling us to be safe, be at home, be with family. So enjoying with the family, it is not a destination, but it is a journey. It is a method which we need to learn. Because when we say these words in Hindi, it has very beautiful meaning. You know, it's like manoranjan, parivar mein manoranjan. And parivar, the word, if we split it up in Hindi, it's var se pare, you know. So family means that which is beyond the effect of all the negativity. And manoranjan, if you split the word manoranjan in Hindi, it's like manranj, no, means that the man means the mind, ranj means hurt, and na means no. So when the mind inside us, if we do not feel hurt, that is manoranjan, that is enjoyment. That instead of hurt, we feel joy in everything. And to bring this joy in everything, what is required? So we will just talk about few tips to enhance this joy. Let's understand this first tip through one practical example of a person in a family who was very shy by nature, who was very reserved by nature. And this person wanted a raise in his salary, but because of his shyness and reservedness, he was not able to talk to his boss. Somehow his family members geared him up with courage and said that today you should be able to do it. And then he made them a promise that, okay, today when I go to the office, I will certainly talk to my boss. And then with that spirit, he went to his office. But he was very anxious, very apprehensive as to how shall he go and talk to his boss. And somehow, remembering those words of his family members, his mother, his wife, and everybody encouraging him, he gathered that courage again. And then he went to his boss and he spoke about his raise of salary. And to his delight, his boss agreed. And he was so happy. And with that happiness, he went and he returned to home. And when he went home, what did he see? That the dining table was all decorated with the good crockery, with the festive meal. There were good candles, beautiful candles. And it was all so nice, all fragrant and everything so nice. He was feeling so happy. He thought maybe they have come to know from someone in the office. But yet, he expressed his happiness and he said, oh, today I was able to talk. And, once I just spoke once and I was heard and my boss agreed. I'm so happy for that. And when he sat on the dining table to eat, there he saw a card on the table. And that card said that, congratulations that you have had a raise in your salary, and all this festive meal and crockery and everything, the decoration and everything is for you because we all love you very much. And then with that happiness and loveful feelings, he started eating his dinner. Everybody all together, they started eating the dinner. And one after the other, his wife was serving him. And when she was about to bring the last dessert and she went into the kitchen, another card fell from her apron, which was unknown to her. And this gentleman, when he picked up that card, the tears started rolling out of his eyes. Why? Because it was written in the card that even if there has been no raise in your salary, do not worry. All this crockery, all this decoration, all this festive meal is all for you because we love you very much and we keep loving you always. And that when he read, he realized that it is not only the salary or the comforts or everything that he is providing to the family for which he is being loved for, but it is his genuinity. It is his inner personality. It is he himself for which he is valued for. And that is the total acceptance, which is the key to enhance joy in the family. Whatever may be there externally, that is not that important. But what is inside us, the character that we hold inside us, that is of value. Outside, there may be a lot of valuables outside, but the values inside, they enhance the joy. Outside, it may be a lot of, very nice charisma, the style, but it is the character inside which actually inspires. It's not what we impress ourselves with, what we possess, a big house, big bungalow, or it could be car, a very high-tech car, a very high-tech mobile, smart mobile, all these which have become status symbol nowadays. But all these, we have been working hard over it up to so many years to impress everybody. But this corona has made us realize that it is not all this, but it is what is inside us which actually inspires. Whatever is outside, we have been impressing others with that. But what is inside us, from that, the values that we hold inside us, with the person that we are inside us, that is the thing which is going to inspire everybody. And that will enhance the joy in the family. And it's not only this few people whom we are staying with, the blood connection that we are having with is only our family, but as Maheshwari community, MMNA, it's the entire Maheshwari community as a family. And not only MMNA, but then again, it's the entire country that we are living in as a family. And again, it's not only the country, as Corona has taught us again this lesson, that whole world is one. The entire world human tree is like our family. And this unlimited perspective is something, a very big lesson that we have learned now. And when we are into this unlimited perspective of the entire world as a family, the entire world tree as a family, then we see there that where are we in this world tree? Because we are saying it is our family. It is my family. So that means that family is connected with me. And so in this tree, the foundation is the roots. If the roots of the tree are strong, however strong the storm may be, it's not going to be uprooted. So the roots have to be strong. That is my network, my family, the entire world. So that means I am the roots. I am in the roots. And so it's my inner personality, my sanskaras, which needs to be very strong, which needs to be always enjoying. I need to be happy and understand that happiness is within me. It is not outside. It's not in the external. And if I realize that, then I understand that creating a family is easy. It may take something to start with, to something to impress with. You start a relation, you start a family. It's easy as you started, maybe, it could be a little easy. And destroying it, it's not at all difficult. It is said, love at the first sight and divorce at the first fight, isn't it? So destroying it, it's not at all difficult. But we need to make an effort. We need to work upon maintaining it. And that maintenance that we need to do, the simplest way or the easiest method is to enhance the joy, to enjoy. That is the simplest method where how we can actually maintain. Because the destruction, when does the destruction starts? One person says something, the other person does not expect that. And when you do not expect as per, as you want it, then there is the feeling of hurt, there is the feeling of ego, there are all the clashes, and there is the distancing. Now, this distancing, which we are into nowadays because of Corona, it is only on a physical level. But when we do not enjoy every moment of our life with our family members, then the distancing that we do, it's of emotional distancing, which is very worse. So although we are having physical distancing, but we need to pay attention that we do not increase the emotional distancing. And not to increase that emotional distancing, what is important is one thing that we do when we are very close, connected with our family members, we feel that we have a right over each other. And because of that right that we claim, we feel that we are free to speak whatever and whenever we want. And so that part of speaking, which we call it as giving a corrective feedback, there we need to be very cautious so that we do not lose the joy, so that we enjoy every time. And we need to see how we give that feedback. Because whenever we require to give feedback, and we will give feedback to our family members, because obviously you won't go to your neighbor's house and tell them something, but it's because you have that feeling of belongingness with the family. You feel the right that, yes, I have the right to say something. When you see that your children are not doing something right, when you see that, your spouse or maybe your siblings are not doing something good, you feel because of that family bondage that, okay, we have the right to say. Fine, we do have the right to say, yes, but then we need to ask 3 questions before we say. The first one is, what is my motive behind giving this feedback? So I need to be very careful about that, to see that what is my intention of giving the feedback. Is it to improve the other person, or is it to settle my account that, oh, last time I remember he or she had told me like that, so now let me take the revenge and say it because he had told me the last time, so now I've got the opportunity to say and so I speak? Or is it because I have a very pure intention of bringing some improvement in that person so that he does not, do that mistake again? So with that pure motive, if I do, then it will touch the heart of the person, and it will make him or her ready to accept whatever we are saying. Second question that we need to ask is, how are we saying it? Very important, because it's only the 10% which is actually the issue, but it is the 90% which is the wrong tone of voice which actually distances the individuals, and it breaks that family bondage. So, and it does not allow us to enjoy. So what we require is to see in what tone are we saying. So that tone of voice is very important. Is it of criticism? Is it of letting down the person? Or is it encouraging the person? Is it the way of saying is in a form of a story, so that we are not expressing or reacting, but it's more like explaining? See, there's a difference. One thing is we express, we react, and we just express out. And the other thing is that we take time to understand and keep patience and see the right moment and then explain. And that is the third part, the third question, that is this the right moment to explain? So we need to see that also. The other person may be in a very, very tense mood, is all with up with more of tension. And maybe because of some other tension, that person is saying something out of anger, irritation. And at that time, if we understand the reason behind the anger and we take some time to settle it down, and that cool minded, if we take that time out and then say something, then that will be more acceptable. And that will not finish the joy, that we were actually having up till now. So this is something, if we remember in communication with our own family members, where we feel that we have a right to say something, but yet if we remember these things, then we can enhance that joy all the more. And one more thing which is very important is that it is the family which is not only one thing, but it is the everything. It's everything. And in the family, which is everything, it's not only I who is very important. Because, we see sometimes there are some people who say that, I have been doing so much for the family. I'm working day and night for the family. I'm doing this and that for the family. And look at them. What are they doing? They're just sitting at home. What are they doing? And yet they are not doing even such a small thing for me. They are not keeping a glass of water ready when I come from outside. They are not keeping so and so things ready for me, So we are having so many expectations from others just because we are having the attitude that I am doing so much and so forth for the family. And what are they doing? They can at least do so much for me, So that I attitude has to be changed to we attitude. And then only the illness will change into wellness. Because what's the difference between the illness and the wellness? It's only the difference from I to we. So if we change this attitude of we, that each and every one is important, that we can increase the joy in the family. There was this lady in the house. She was it was the evening time for her spouse to return home from work. And she was like, not a working lady. She was a housewife, more of like those in India. And maybe, in USA, everybody is working. But here in India, we do have a majority. Of course, nowadays, even the ladies are working outside. But yet, we do have that tradition of the ladies being at home too. So this lady who was at home, she was in the evening sitting in front of the TV, watching her favorite serial, eating popcorn and enjoying. And when the spouse comes, he finds that when her husband is at home, he finds that the entire room, entire hall is in a mess. The newspapers are kept here and there, everything is in a mess. And he comes home tired. He looks at this mess and he gets so angry, irritated. And he is, calling his wife, but she's not listening. She's enjoying the popcorn and the TV serial. So he gets more irritated, just puts his bag of the office bag, down on the floor. And then he goes to his room, and there again, everything in a mess. Nothing is set up. He wants to drink water. He goes into the kitchen, and there all the utensils are lying like that, and everything is in a mess. Nothing is set up there too. He gets so angry, and he goes to his wife, taking the remote and switching off the TV and telling her, like, what have you been doing throughout the day? Everything is so much in a mess. And this is the first time I'm seeing this. What have you been doing today? Every day when I come, it's not like that. And what is this today? So she said to him, every day when you come, you just shout at me and tell me that I have been working so much day and night outside. I do this, I do that. What do you do at home? What do? You don't have anything to do. Why can't you do so much for me? So today I decided not to do anything. And so I did not do anything. So now you realize that even when we are at home, we are so busy. There's so many things to do. So it's not only I who is important, but it is we, each one of us, who is important. And when we have this attitude of looking at the specialities of everybody and giving importance to each and every speciality, then we really enhance that joy in the family. So if we remember these useful tips and also remember that it is my family, so I need to change. I need to focus upon me. The change has to start with me. Instead of expecting from others, I need to give. I need to give what I want to expect. I expect respect, I need to give that. I expect love, I need to give that. So let me start it with me in giving and giving. And when we have that attitude of giving and giving, then always we will be enjoying. And if we really want to take something, then we can take that from someone who is always giving. Because if you see, this whole world is like a tree, and the creator is the seed of the tree. And this whole world is like an inverse tree. Why? Because this world tree's creator, the God, who is the seed of this tree, he is not in this world, but he is beyond this world in his realm of golden red light, which we call as Brahmalok, Paramdham in Hindi, the land of peace and all, from where we have come, the soul world. So, therefore, this world tree is an inverse tree, and the seed is the Godfather. And being the children of Godfather, we each and every soul in this world, we are the children of that Godfather and Mother, and therefore we are brothers and sisters. And this is the unlimited family which we are belonging to. And therefore we have that we all are brothers and sisters, that brotherhood and sisterhood that we have. So now, if we want to strengthen the enjoyment in this family, if we want to enhance that, we need to give and give. Because each and every leaf of this world tree, who is like a soul, every leaf is expecting something or the other from each other. So a person who is expecting something from the other, something or the other from every person or the other, how do you expect that person to be always giving? And so we need to connect with someone, that ultimate source, the seed, the creator, the God, who is always giving. And when we connect ourselves with him, then we fill ourselves with his love, his abundance love, his abundance of energy, his abundance of all the types of virtues that he has, all the types of powers that he has. We fill that within us. And when we fill that within us, then automatically we radiate that out in wherever we are into our workplace. It's like, a pot. When you fill a pot with water or with milk, maybe, and it is up to the brim that it is filled up, and then when you just knock it a little, what is going to happen? It will overflow with all that which it has been filled up, isn't it? But if it is an empty pot, there's nothing inside it, and you knock it, it's going to make a big noise. So it's like that. Each of us, we are here, a soul in the center of our forehead. And this soul comprises of mind, intellect, and sanskar. And this intellect is like a pot in which we are actually filling up that knowledge, the wisdom that we are gaining, the information that we are gaining from outside. Now, the information that we gain from outside is also negative. And when we feel all that negative inside, and then there are the situations like pandemic, corona, or maybe, the locust attack, or maybe the storms, or maybe the economical crisis, or what not, each and every type of storms, when they attack us, when they knock us, what are we going to do? Because it's all empty inside, we are not filled up with that energy, with that love, with that patience, with those qualities, that positivity, we make the noise of irritation, anger, jealousy, greed, all types of negativity. But when we connect with the Supreme, who is all giving, who is the ocean of love, who is the ocean of mercy, who is the ocean of all virtues, who is the ocean of all acceptance, ocean of high positive energy. And when we connect intellectually with Him, then He fills our intellect, our mind with His powers, His energy, His love, His wisdom. And when He fills that, His peace, His purity, when He fills that within us, and then there are this corona or all the other the situations, the negative situations that are knocking us, what is going to happen? We are going to spill what is filled inside us. So since we have filled the love of God, His beauty, His knowledge, His energy, His love, His peace, all the situations when they knock us, we are still going to radiate that love, that peace. And when we do that, the more we radiate that love, that peace, more we spill that out, the more it increases. It enhances that inner joy, that inner bliss in us. And that inner bliss makes us to give and give more and more. And this is the beauty of this inner treasures that we gain from God, from spirituality, because we are spiritual beings in a human body. We are not human beings. We are a spiritual beings in a human body. It's not only human doings, but we are spiritual beings. If we remember this, then whatever we do, we will also see that how we are doing it. In what state of mind are we doing it? What are we being while we are doing it? Are we being the embodiment of love while we are doing something? Are we being the embodiment of peace while we are doing something? So when we check that within us and then we do, then we communicate, then we do whatever we do with each other in our relationship, then there is that joy that we really enjoy. So it's time that we connect with ourselves, be ourselves, be our best version. And when we be our best version and be ourselves and connect with God, then we can enhance that joy in our life. So let us do for few moments. I would just give you a guided commentary. And as I say, I request you to feel that. And while doing this, you may just sit relaxed with a smile on your face. You may keep your eyes also open, because this will help us to radiate that energy from these eyes, which are the windows to the soul. And also, while performing the work, we do it with our eyes open. So when we do it with our eyes open, this practice, it will help us to be in that state even while performing whatever act that we perform. So are we all ready? And let us do that sitting in silence, keeping our back straight, and with a sweet smile on your face, with that inner joy, we will be meeting our own self, the best version of ourself and our Supreme Father. So let us do that. Focus our attention in the center of our forehead here, because when we dissect from here and here, then here there's a pituitary gland, and there is that hypothalamus, which is the seat of emotions here. And near the hypothalamus, there's an energy which is called a psyche in scientific language, and we call it as a soul in spiritual language. So let us visualize with our eye, the third eye, intellect, our true identity of being a tiny star, a shining star of peace in the center of our forehead. Let us focus and visualize it very clearly that this body that we are seeing daily in the mirror is like a temple, and we, the shining star in the forehead, are like the deity in the temple. This body is like a car, and we, the shining star in the center of the forehead, we are like the driver of this car. Let us take the charge. Let us take the control of our life in our hands by creating a thought that I am a star of success. I am a star of joy. And just like a bird which frees itself from the cage and flies happily above towards the sky, I, the soul, like a free bird, I fly away from this bondage of the body, which is like a cage, and I go beyond the sky towards a realm which is of golden red light. And in this golden red sky, I see all stars shining there. It's such a beautiful scene when you see the golden red sky, which is like a carpet, and all stars shining like diamonds. See carefully, it's so beautiful and it is so peaceful. And amidst these stars, amidst this shining diamond, is a pure, flawless diamond. Very flawless, very pure. And this flawless, pure, powerful diamond is our Almighty Father, Supreme Father, the creator of this world, who is the ocean of love, ocean of peace, ocean of bliss. Let us fill ourselves with His peace, His love, His energy, which is our inheritance, which is our birthright. And under His canopy, we all are very, very safe, very secured. Let us thank Him. Up till now, we have always been asking Him, oh God, do this favor. Oh God, do this, do that, and we will do this for you, we will do that for you. But now, let us only thank Him for all that He has given to us and express our deep gratitude to Him. There's so much joy in this, expressing gratitude. And let us take a pledge that, oh God, Father, I take this pledge that whatever I'm gaining from you, your love, your peace, your energy, your wisdom, I will keep sharing that with whomever I meet, with all my family members, at home, at the workplace, in my country, in the whole world, with each and every one. Filled with His divine power, we return to our place in this body, in the center of the forehead, filled with that joy, inner joy of being in our own identity. And when we look out through our eyes towards others, we see them also as children of our Father, our brothers and sisters, in their original qualities of love, peace, positivity, and connect with them on this original, at this original sanskaras, and radiate that inner joy, peace, and happiness everywhere, enhancing true joy in our family. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Chandrashi?
Yes. Any questions? Anybody has any questions?
Yeah, just a minute.
There are a few questions on the chat window.
You
Should I
okay?
read it?
Yeah, please. And you may please take the name of the person who has written it.
Sure. Chandrashi, first I'll take your question. It is say distance increases affection, but closeness generates contempt. In today's situation, where family members are closer than they perhaps might like to, how to overcome the contempt?
How to overcome the
Contempt.
content.
Chandrashi, can you?
Will you please spell that word?
Contempt.
Contempt.
Yes. So
See,
when we are close,
the question basically is, the closer we get, initially 3 months ago, we loved it. 2 months ago, we liked it. And now it is 3 months and it is, it is getting over our heads. Too much closeness, as it is said, brings contempt. How to overcome that so that we can survive for next 3 months?
okay, because we are seeing the closeness is actually on a physical level. And if we see that, we are actually distancing ourselves on that emotional level. So we need to just focus upon that. We should not be distancing ourselves on emotional level, but on emotional level, we should be coming close together. And so emotional level to come close is connect ourselves with our identity, our original sanskars of who we are. And when we connect ourselves with whom we are, that I am a peaceful soul, when I connect on that level, and with that connection, if I connect with others and I'm into giving, then we will overcome this. It's only when we are on the physical level, on the outer level, and we are seeing from that eye, from that perspective, then everything is like too much for us, because we are into expecting from each other. But when we are connecting with our original sanskars of I am peace, I am loveful, then I'm always into giving that, because I am loveful. So what I am full with, I will flow with that. Whatever I'm full with, I will flow with that. So I will overflow that to others. But if I'm looking at others, what they are doing, how they are doing, and then based on that, I think something, then of course, I will be expecting that they should not do this way, they should do that way. And then if they don't do it, I will get irritated. But instead of seeing from that angle, let me see that everyone is different, and everyone, whatever they are doing, as per their capacity, as per their understanding, they are doing it the right way. That is also okay. So let me have that total acceptance, as I said. That is very, very important. And when we have that total acceptance, then it won't be too much, but we will be enjoying and we'll say, oh, this time is too less and it should not pass by. Actually, the time should just, it should stop now, it should not go further, because it's so much of enjoyment in giving rather than expecting. Yes, thank you. Any other question? Anything? Any question from YouTube?
Deepak, you want me to read out?
There are a couple of more questions are also there.
I have one question, Santo. Good. So how to overcome the ego? Like sometimes it happens, I know everything, I am the family head, I have the greatest status or something like that. So how to overcome that ego?
To overcome ego, one thing that we need to remember is that I'm an instrument of God. Whatever I have been bestowed upon, the qualities or whatever I have for which I'm expressing that ego, it is all bestowed by God upon us. And we are only trustees. It's like when you are into this Maheshwari, Mahasabha, you have trustees, don't you? So when you have that attitude of trusteeship, how do you work? So it's a similar way in our life. Let us have that attitude that I am only trustee, I'm just an instrument, and it's God who is working through us. And then there is that humility, that it is not, it's not mine, it is all given to me by God. And then with that humility, I can work. But because it's in this body consciousness that when we are into that, this ego stems out. But as soon as I realize that I'm a soul in this body, and the original quality of the soul is humility. The original quality of the soul is loveful. So when I'm connected with my originality, with my real identity, then automatically there is no ego. It's like you're seated on a chair and you sit very tightly with the chair. Your back with the back of the chair, your arms with the arms of the chair, your legs with the legs of the chair, and you're stuck with the chair. And you say, you are the chair. Okay. And now when you say you are the chair and you're stuck with the chair, and now I ask you that please move the chair just 1 inch left or right, just 1 inch. Will you be able to move it? If you try to move, you're trying to move your body, but then your body is stuck. You're one with the chair. So now can you move the chair? You can't. But when I say, okay, relax, you're no more chair. You are who you are, your real identity. And now you may get up and, move the chair. Will that be easy to move the chair? Yes, it will be, isn't it? But then what is the lesson that we're learning here? Does the chair have any power or control over us? No, but it did control us. When we said that I am the chair, it controlled us. As soon as we realize that I'm not the chair, I know who I am, then I could move the chair when I wanted to. Similarly, when we are into this body consciousness and into thinking that I am everything and I'm doing all this and into this of this consciousness, then that ego overpowers us. Otherwise, the ego is nothing. It's just chair has no power, no control. Ego is also nothing. It's just darkness. And to remove the darkness, what we do is we switch on the light. We don't make effort to let the darkness go away, but we make the effort to put the light on. So also what we need to do is we just need to make an effort to put the light on of the real identity of who I am. I'm not this body. I am a soul full of love. I'm a child of God who is ocean of love. And when I have that feeling, that pure feeling when I'm connected with that, and everyone is that beautiful flower of God's garden, and we see with that attitude, positive attitude, automatically humility flows, automatically it will flow. So be yourself, to be away from ego. Thank you. Any other question?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So wonderful explanation. The next question is from Nikesh ji. The question is, how does one deal with people who try to undermine you or bring negative energies while you wish to take things forward as a peaceful and calm soul?
So how to deal with those people?
Yeah. Who try to undermine you? Yeah.
Yeah. So first thing is, the people who are undermining us, it is their present sanskars. It's not their original sanskars. Let's have this knowledge in us, because the information that we have, it should help us to transform our attitude. And this is the true information that we gain from our Godfather, the knowledge that everyone who are presently working at, they're working at on their acquired sanskars. The original sanskar is of love, peace, happiness. It's not the sanskar of undermining anybody. So it's like an iceberg. It's the 10% which we can see, and the 90% is below the water. So when a ship just takes a decision, based on the 10% of the iceberg, it will clash with it and there will be an accident. But when it takes a decision based on the 90% what is beneath it, it will understand it and it will change its direction and not wait for that other person, because it knows that is the 90% below is, and it is an iceberg. It's not that small piece which is at the top. So it will be wise for me to change my direction. Similarly, it's only the 10% that we are seeing today, the sanskaras which everybody are expressing. The 90% is their original identity, which is innate in everybody, which is also in us. And that is the original sanskar of love, peace, harmony. And if we see through that lens, then we will see it's like, we are changing our perspective of seeing others. And as soon as we change our perspective of seeing others, everything will change. So this is what we need to see. Do not see the negative what they're expressing. See the positivity inside them. Only one positive also, if you can see and talk about that positive, that will grow. Because whatever you focus upon, that grows. If you focus upon the negativity, oh, he undermines us, he does that, and you talk about this to each and everyone else, then you are actually increasing that negativity. But if you do not see that negativity and you see that one positive which is there and you talk about that positivity every time, even to others, you will be increasing that positivity in them, and thereby you will be safeguarding yourself from that negative effect. And also increasing your positive attitude. And when I increase my positive attitude, I automatically create a circle of security around me, not allowing the negative to have that effect on me. So I hope that is understood well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very important. Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, there's another question from Dr. Priyanka. She said, how we can bring out a change in a close family member who keeps very much reserved and is not ready to communicate openly despite trying hard from our side?
Yes, very good question, Priyanka ji, Dr. Priyanka ji. Actually, it's like that person is reserved, not communicating, not expressing. So we need to also go within us in that deep silence, and on a thought level, we need to communicate. Because before we speak to anybody, it is our vibrations that are reaching to the person. So it's very important to understand this, that let us not speak. Today is not a time. This person is okay, not communicating, is reserved. But to anybody else also, if we speak and you want to convey something, people may not be open to listen. Nobody wants to listen to any advice nowadays, isn't it? So let us speak on our thought level. Let us create those thoughts, positive thoughts, what we want to convey, and speak that out. And the best time to do this It's before going to sleep at night and early morning hours. That is the best time, because that time, early morning before the sunrise, which is called as Brahma Muhurat, that time the entire nature is very peaceful. We get the support of the nature. We get the support of God that time. Everybody's sleeping. There's that silence that time. It's like there's no traffic on the road, and you go on in the time when there's no traffic, you reach early and you're not tired. So during that time, early morning hours, if you communicate whatever you want to communicate to that person through your thoughts, it will reach to the person. Before going to sleep, when we do that, our subconscious mind gets trained. And when automatically that subconscious mind, when it gets trained, that last thought in the night is the first thought in the morning. So let us practice this communication in silence and communicating through thoughts. And I think the time that is going to come in future is going to be about this only. And so let us practice, this way of communicating in silence on our thought level. And this will really create miracles. You may do it. Because we have heard about intuition, we've heard about telepathy, how it works. So this is what we need to practice upon now. Yes, thank you. Om Shanti. And I think now it's a time also. So if we have any more very important question, we may take it now, or otherwise we may go ahead with Brother Eric to.
Okay, there's a question, like if you can quickly go over that.
Yeah.
The question is, in any relationship, there's a love and there is expectation. It is often upsetting that when expectations are not met. How can we control emotions and let go incidents when the expectations are not met?
This is something very common today, everywhere, right? But now what we want to make it common is acceptance. There's one thing is expectation, the other thing is acceptance. Now, say for example, I am now speaking to you, right? And when we are on Zoom, sometimes like people, they unmute themselves if we don't take care of, keeping mute. And then sometimes, there may be that distraction and all. Now, it's upon me whether I, take it as distraction, or whether I accept it that, it's Zoom technology or it's any online technology. And this is something which we accept it. And when we have that acceptance, then we don't get irritated about it. But when we are stuck to it, that no, this should not happen. It should happen only in this way, how I want it to happen. And when I'm rigid about it, that this is only the right way, then it creates conflict. So we block the energy of love when we have expectation. But when we have acceptance, okay, whatever it is, it's fine, then our love energy is not blocked, it flows. And that inspires others to understand what we want. And they are ready to listen to us and then bring about a change in them. But if we continue that, no, the person should listen to me now itself, it's like said in Hindi, abhiman. Abhi abhiman chahiye. Abhi abhi ye hona chahiye. Now itself it should happen like that. Now only everything should go according to what I say. Then we fall a victim to the negative situation, because there's something which is not in our control and there's something which is in our control. And if we are focusing upon something which is not in our control, then we become a victim. We lose our energy. We are not changing others, but we are changing our positivity into negativity. So we are harming ourselves. So instead of harming ourselves, let's be positive. Let's remain in our original identity of being loveful, radiate that, accept everything as they are, and you will find that everything is actually going as per you want it. It will follow. As you want it will happen when you are in your identity of being loveful and accepting everybody. But when you fall a victim to others and you expect, then Nothing goes according to your will also, and you feel more irritated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we take one more question? I have one more question.
Okay.
Can we go to that?
I don't mind if everybody has time for that.
I think we should go. Somebody has asked. Okay. So the question from Nikesh ji, in the current world where a lot of us get influenced by external factors, any tips on finding peace and energy from within, particularly around generating positive energy in the competitive environment we live in?
Yes. So what we need to do is, before going to sleep at night, be yourself, train your subconscious mind to as what you want, and be in your original state of peace. Connect with the powerhouse, supreme power, because let me tell you that in this whole world, wherever we see outside, it's all full of negativity, and it's going to increase more and more, because we are into an ocean where there are tides and tides coming, and we can't tell them, oh tide, please stop, I want to go ahead. We have to have the person, the pilot, or what you say, the boatman, who is so powerful, that who knows how to go against those tides. And that boatman is only Godfather, who can actually take the life, our boat life, from those tides and land us into a peaceful place. So we need to be connected with him. And when we are connected with him, we get that power, that energy within us. And we can connect with him only when we look inside and not look outside. It's like a wire. When you remove the rubber coating of it, the current passes through it. So also body is like a rubber coating. When we detach ourselves from this rubber coating of this physical identity and be in our original identity of a soul, connect with the Supreme Soul, we will get his current, his energy, which will safeguard us from the tides outside, the external factors which are there outside. Because if at all any water comes inside the boat has to drown. It will drown. There's no other option. As soon as the water from the outside starts coming inside, the boat will drown. So whatever is the negativity in the external environment, if that comes inside us, and if we become the embodiment of that, then we cannot save ourselves. So we need to protect ourselves from the effect of that negative environment. And to protect ourselves from the effect of that negative environment, we need to be ourselves, connect with our own self. And again and again and again and again, we need to do it. Tiger Woods, when he was asked, what is the secret of your success? He gave 3 words. The first word was practice. The second word was practice. The third word was practice. So what we need to do is, again and again, repeatedly, connect ourselves with our identity of being peace. Connect ourselves with our identity that I am a loveful being. I am a peaceful being. I am the child of ocean of love and peace. Again and again, we need to remind ourselves. When we do that again and again, repeatedly, it will become our sanskar. And this will become common for us. This will become natural for us, that I am peace, I am love. And whatever may be the situation outside, however the negative situation may be there outside, whatever may be the economical crisis outside, it will not affect the inner crisis, here, our inner state of mind here. If inside us, our inner state of mind is spiritually empowered, then our foundation is strong. And when the foundation is strong, no matter what storm may be, the tree will not be uprooted. That's a guarantee. So if we strengthen our spiritual foundation, automatically whatever we want will come behind us. It is like moving towards the light the shadow will follow you. If you go behind the shadow, what is going to happen? You will neither get the shadow and you are also missing the light. So wisdom is go towards the light. The light is here inside. Outside is darkness. The light is inside here. Enlighten this light here. Be in the light here. I'm a soul, a peaceful soul. Enjoy that, being your original entity. Radiate that vibration outside, and you will find that the universe will bounce back with that what you want, because you are giving what you want and it will give back what you want. So do that, practice that. Thank you. We have Brother Eric with us, our national coordinator. I'm very, very thankful to our Brahma Kumaris organization, also to our Brother Eric, the national coordinator of Canada chapter of Brahma Kumaris, and also our sister Mohini Didi and all our seniors from our Mount Abu and everybody, because of which their blessings, I'm here amidst all of you. So can we go ahead with him? Brother Eric, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sure you can hear me well, I hope. Greetings to everyone, Om Shanti. And I was listening to you, dear Sister Sunita, and you know, sometime when you need to relax, you go to a massage and they give you a massage for 1 hour and then you feel your body so much better afterwards. I feel she has been giving us a mental massage for an hour. So the mind has been, you know, massaged very nicely. I don't know if you feel like me, but I feel if you keep listening to, we sometimes call it the flute of knowledge, you know, when you keep listening to anyone who extract wisdom and serves the wisdom in the little glass and you can drink the wisdom without effort. It's like having a mental massage. And thank you, Sister Sunita, for making joy accessible. I will certainly remember one trick from you is that, you know, from illness to wellness is just changing the I into the we. So that's a very good one. I'll use it and I'll try to translate it into French, see if it works. So greetings, everyone. And I won't take much of your time. I was invited to tell you that we do have many chapters here in Canada of the Brahma Kumaris. I'm very happy to discover this community, which I'm not familiar with the Maheshwari, and lovely to get to see you. Zoom is an amazing new platform these days. And, you know, instead of meeting in airports and planes and conference halls and meeting rooms, I call this the living Zoom. You know, this is our living Zoom. So I know some are enjoying in the living car, so it's lovely. It's the first time I'm having Zoom meeting with people in a car. So greetings, Santosh and his friend in a car. So it's lovely. We can be in a living Zoom wherever we go. And in Canada, you know, I've started my spiritual journey 36 years ago with the Brahma Kumaris. I was fairly young, very, very young. I went to India about as many times, 35 times, I think, in the last many years. And I've been to our headquarters in India, where Mount Abu is, and we have the Brahma Kumaris there. And it's because of sisters like Sister Sunita that I've been listening for so many years, that I felt how much the knowledge, how much the information, the wisdom that is being shared in this organization has helped me to change myself, to change my feelings, to change my attitude, to change the way I think. And I'm so grateful for this ability to be a better person, probably active in the community to serve and to help other people. So in Canada, we have centers from Halifax to Vancouver. We have some in Quebec City, in French, Montreal, where I am. I live in Montreal at the moment. I work as a television producer and journalist for CBC. So I've been producer and journalist all my life, along being a yogi at the same time. So it's possible to be the yogi in the newsroom. There's not too many yogis in the newsroom, but there's some. And you can remain a yogi in the newsroom where they, you know, ask us to share so many bad news, but they always call me the one with hope, you know, that I will always articulate the notion of hope in what I do. And so the centers in Canada basically provide a space for people to connect with themselves. And we don't try to change people's religions or people's faith or beliefs, but we try to help everyone to be better in how they practice whatever they want to practice. And so here in Quebec, we have many from Christian faith or many multicultural communities, actually. In Toronto, we have a huge center. It's one of the biggest center actually in North America. And it's a wonderful community, and it's all languages. We have some from the Muslim faith, we have some from the Hindus background, we have the Tamil community, Spanish community, English community, of course. It's a blend of cultures, but all in a space where we feel we can cultivate our connection with the self, our connection with the world, and our connection with the divine. And so we offer meditation centers, courses on what we call Raja Yoga. It's a teaching, very powerful teaching about the soul, about the supreme soul, karma philosophy, very common, I'm sure, to what you've been hearing since you were born, most of you, I'm sure. But sometimes it's the way they play the flute, you can listen to someone playing guitar and just want one thing is to run away. But another person plays with the same guitar and you start to want to dance. So it's really how we articulate ideas that impact the soul. And sometimes the way we say things, the way the knowledge is presented just makes sense and impacts the soul to such an extent that you want to become the knowledge that you hear. Not just to hear the knowledge, but we want to become the knowledge that we hear. So you're all very welcome to create a connection with the centers. And if you go brahmakumaris.org, you'll see the international webpage. But if you go brahmakumaris.ca, you'll find the main national webpage for the Brahmakumaris. We have centers everywhere. If people are even where we don't have centers, we have a virtual center connecting people wherever they are and offering them meditation classes and different support for their spiritual journey. Everything we do is free of charge. We feel that you cannot sell spirituality, but you can give it. And if people want to make contributions, of course, they're welcome. But we do everything free of charge. Most of the centers all centers are run by volunteers. I work full-time still. So most of us have a full-time job, and then we do that, as a way to help communities and the society. So you can contact us if you want to organize programs somewhere in Canada where we can share resources or ideas or lectures. We're happy to join. We have offices at the UN, also in New York. We have 8,000 centers around the world, so it's a big community. And we're always happy to make new friends, good friends, and to feel the closeness regardless of our background and connect in a way that we feel we're really like spiritual brothers and sisters. So I give you all my sincere gratitude, sense of belonging, and big sincere greetings of love and peace to all of you as my spiritual brothers and sisters. So Om Shanti to everyone, and thank you for inviting Sister Sunita here and myself to represent the Brahma Kumaris in Canada. So greetings to everyone. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful words of wisdom. Definitely we'll be looking forward to you for future programs. Now I'll request Chandresh ji to have a closing remarks, then we'll be winding up the session. Over to you, Chandresh ji.
ओम शांति। सुनीता जी, आपको सुन के बहुत 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 अच्छा लगा। ज्ञान की बातें सुनने में मिली। Unfortunately, I think I'll have to speak in English because everybody was speaking in English. Though I like to speak in Hindi, we are all very thankful to you for giving us this opportunity to be able to live witness and hear the discourse. A lot of things have been said which people know in the subconscious, but bringing it out through words spoken by you makes us realize them and to try and adopt them in our lives. And I think after this discourse, a lot of us will go back and think about it and try to bring a conscious effort to bring peace to ourselves as well as to our families. I can only say thanks a lot. We will definitely come back to you with request to enlighten us more on other aspects of life. Thanks. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. And tomorrow I will be live on YouTube again of your EST timing. That is at 8 o'clock. Today it was 8:30. Tomorrow it would be from 8 o'clock. I think, yeah. 8 o'clock, and that would be on enhancing inner resilience. It is with that Indian Foundation of Metropolitan Princeton, USA. So maybe all of you could please join me on YouTube there in that session too. And again, we would like to have you raising any questions that you have during that session. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and looking forward to be with you all again in Canada. Yes.
That would be great.
As you know, Eric Bhai told me, a warm welcome to you in Canada. So it's like being virtually in Canada.
Didi,
Oh,
आपके लिए.
acha, thank you so much. Thank you, very nice. Thank you so much. You all are fragrant flowers of God, you know. So living flowers of God. So that's very nice meeting you all. And it's really feeling proud also being Maheshwaris with Maheshwaris and all. So that's a very good thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, and wish you all the best. Stay tuned, stay connected. Yes.
And stay safe.
Have a wonderful rest of the day, everyone. Thank you.
Stay safe under the canopy of God. Om Shanti. Thank you, Eric Bhai. Thank you, Chandresh Bhai Saab. Thank you, Rajesh Bhai Saab. Deepak Bhai. Everybody, thanks a lot. Santosh ji, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Emil ji. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
चंद्र जी सब चले गए?